Today was a pretty good day of working on resorting my marker satchel. I'm currently looking for fine tipped markers of these exact hues of color. And I'm trying to decide where to put these within the hues of pink. Here's where I am with my marker satchel. I worked on it throughout the morning and afternoon hours. Drawing the circles with ultrafine tip Sharpie markers. And making the dots in the middle of the circles with the fine tipped equivalent of the same color hue. Ultrafine Sharpie marker that I used to make the circle. By making dots on the sides of the circle, then the corners, and then just simply connecting the dots. To the best of my ability. I recall working on resorting the marker satchel until about 5 p.m. And roughly within that same time period, from the time I got up within the first few hours of today, to about 5 p.m., I did the dotted circles in order to test out to see if different ultrafine, fine tip Sharpie marker combos made the same mark as each other. First trying out a combo of one ultrafine, one fine tip Sharpies, with the same color cap, and then if, despite having the same color cap, they made different color hue marks, I would try a combo where the cap is essentially two different color hues. And if they both made the same color mark, which has happened a couple of times so far while resorting my markers satchel, I would treat the combo as the same. And put them together. Within each dotted circle, I compare the dot to the circle to see if the fine tip equivalent to an ultrafine Sharpie marker, if they make the same color hue marks. And I compare different dotted circles to determine where to put each hue combo within the lightest to darkest of hues for their respective color. It's this process that has gotten me to where I am currently. I'm currently having a glass of whole milk. And I finished what was left of the old gallon around 12:30 p.m. When I made essentially two pizza sandwiches after Dad gave me the idea. And when he called me right before I had lunch, roughly around noon. Prior to that, for lunch, I most likely would have had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. But I ultimately decided to try what Dad suggested. Though I didn't eat the 2 pizza sandwiches as sandwiches like I do for peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Instead, I ate each slice of toasted bread, mildly toasted bread, separately, essentially treating the 2 pizza sandwiches as 4 mini pizzas. And I poured what was left of the old gallon of whole milk into a sort of whiskey glass. Whiskey glass would be my way of describing it. And I found that within the cupboard, our cupboards. Then around 6:15 p.m., I mean 6:15 in the morning, I had my first cup of plain coffee with the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I made, and a cinnamon muffin Dad got during his last grocery shopping trip at Wegmans prior to the one he made today, where he got a new gallon of whole milk. Among other things. I recall having roughly 3 to 4 cups of plain coffee total. Plain coffee. From 6:15 in the morning to about 8 in the morning. Such as some apple fritters. This being one within a pack of 4. Throughout much of today, I spent some time shifting through all the Sharpie markers within that big cardboard box that Mom brought over yesterday. I don't quite recall if I found any Sharpie markers that I then added to the marker satchel. While doing that, but it is good to have the potential. And at one point I found this piece of paper to write on. Within that cardboard box. Buried under Sharpie markers. I recall that was at some point during the afternoon. On Oceania, late today I broke into the clay era of this game after I upgraded the workshop again after getting the quest to do so. The main quest, which I got after completing the main quest to clear out a path to another part of this island through this swamp using the iron shovel I got a bit earlier on. On One Among Zombies, within the first hours of today, before I completed today's upgrades to health, I only recall beating this campaign mission due to luck, combination of luck and using a couple of these towards the end of the battle. On Elvenar, When I checked the game during the early afternoon, I found out that this Temple of Sustainability had finished construction. And now I'm just going to try to do what's necessary to complete the remaining quests of the Almani chapter here on Elvenar. Defeated my first tech ship during the evening today on Idle Monster TD.